guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 4 bullet journal options available on Amazon and all for under $10 a piece. So I wanted to go through and review these journals and notebooks and see exactly which one was my favorite out of the 4. There's many options on Amazon, more than just these 4. These are the first ones that came up. They were all under $10 and they were all available on Prime for free 2-day shipping. I've seen a number of videos on YouTube doing comparisons on different notebooks that are commonly used for bullet journaling. What I haven't seen on YouTube is some reviews of the less expensive notebooks. So the 4 notebooks that I chose can be compared to those more expensive brand notebooks. The ones I'm talking about are the Leuchtturm, which is around $19 to $20, the Moleskine, which is also around that same price range, the EBates notebook, which is around the $25 mark, depending on where you get it from. Scribbles That Matter, that notebook goes for around $22, $23. The Rhodia is $15 to $19. So if you're looking into getting into bullet journaling, a $20 to $30 price range for a notebook can seem pretty steep, especially if you don't know if it's something that you're really going to enjoy, something that you're going to use. I know a lot of people that I talk to that aren't artsy people, they look at my bullet journal and they're like, oh my gosh, like I could never do that. And I'm like, you can do this. So I try and encourage people to try it. So the best way to try it is to invest just a little bit of money. That way, if it is not something that you enjoy, not something that you get sucked into like the rest of the bullet journaling community, then at least you're only in it around $10 or less in this case. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you can find a notebook that works for you to get started. If you are a fan of the Leuchtturms like I am, or the Moleskines or the Scribbles That Matter notebooks, those are all really great notebooks, but these notebooks are kind of good too. So even if you already are into bullet journaling, hopefully I can give you some information in this video that will encourage you to maybe try a less expensive notebook to play around in for your next bullet journal. So the first notebook that I'm going to talk about is called the Poluma. I'm going to put some information up on the screen about this notebook. All of the notebooks that I'm going to talk about are A5 size because that compares to the most popular bullet journaling notebooks. So the thing that I like about the Poluma is that it comes in 5 colors. It has 128 pages, a lifetime guarantee. It opens up flat to 180 degrees, which it absolutely does. It claims it does on the description, and it does open quite flat, which is really nice. The spine is really flexible, which I really like. The cover, I think, is a bit cheapy feeling. Like I said, it is faux leather, but it's very smooth. I think it looks pretty, like it's, and I got the dark gray, I think I got dark gray. But there are 5 colors, so if you wanted to do a color, you could do that. It has a strap in the back. It has 1 ribbon as a page marker, and the dots are pretty dark. I know the lighting here is kind of weird, but I'm going to put a picture over here of a comparison of the paper in the notebook to a plain piece of printer paper, which is pretty straight up white. This notebook is $8.56 on Amazon, which I think is a great deal. This notebook in particular got 4.8 out of 5 stars, and it had quite a lot of reviews to get that many stars. As far as the pen test goes, I think that this journal did really well. The weight of the paper is not listed in the description. You may be able to Google Poluma and maybe there's a website. I didn't look that deep into it, but as far as Amazon goes, their description did not list a paperweight. I would guess it's somewhere in the 100 to 120 GSM, which is grams per square meter. Typically, like a piece of printer paper is around 70 GSM. So I feel like this is a pretty high quality paper for being in such an inexpensive notebook. The off-white color, I like a bright white in my notebooks, but frequently you don't get a bright white. I think the majority of people interested in these kind of notebooks appreciate an off-white. I did notice that the dots are fairly dark, which is also something that I've heard complaints about. I like my dot grid to be pretty light. So overall, I give this notebook an 8 out of 10 because of the quality of the paper, the color options, the overall feel of the notebook. I think that they did a great job and the value is excellent. The next notebook that I'm going to talk about is called the BooQool, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm just reading it. The BooQool journal comes in a 2-pack on Amazon Prime, and the 2-pack is $12.99. So you're looking at around $6.50 each for these notebooks, which is by far the best value out of the 4 that I'm talking about today. Now the BooQool comes in only black. That's probably one of its biggest flaws, is that compared to the others, it doesn't have any color options. It's just black. It is also faux leather. Obviously it's A5. It has 1 ribbon, rounded corners, and 120 pages. So this notebook also has a lifetime guarantee, just like the Poluma, and it does lay flat at 180 degrees. It has 1 ribbon, a pocket in the back like the other one. I don't think I mentioned that the Poluma has that, but it does. It has a strap to secure the notebook as well. So for this notebook, I think that it's also faux leather, and I think it feels a little bit better than the Poluma. It feels a little bit more expensive, and you can kind of see the texture on it a little bit more, like they tried to make it more leather-like than they did with the Poluma. So for this notebook, the paperweight is also not listed, but again, I would guess it's somewhere around 100 to 120 GSM, similar to the Poluma. I feel like the paper itself looks almost identical to the Poluma notebook that we just talked about. It does list that the dots are 5mm spaced, which it looks like the Poluma is the same, but it wasn't listed. Which I think 5mm is pretty standard. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think 5mm is what the Leuchtturm is, but I did not look that up. Overall, I like this notebook, and I feel like it's very, very close and comparable to the Poluma. I would give this notebook a 7 out of 10, and the only reason I marked it down versus the Poluma is because you only get black. Now, while I like the cover a little bit better as far as the feel of this notebook, I appreciate having color options. The next notebook that I'm going to talk about is called the Minimalist Art Notebook, and I got mine in brown. This notebook comes in 7 colors. It is advertised as leather, although it really doesn't feel like leather to me. It feels like faux leather, and it does not have a leather smell to it. No, it doesn't have a leather smell to it. It feels nice, like it feels expensive, and it's pretty sleek looking. Mine, the bottom corner is kind of bent a little bit. This company did a lot of amping the company up on their Amazon description versus talking a lot about the notebook itself, but it has, like the others, it has a pocket in the back, it has a strap, it also has 1 ribbon, and the ribbon matches the color of the notebook. So obviously I got mine in brown, but they come in a lot of colors. The thing that I like about this notebook is that you're able to customize kind of what you want. So not only the color, but you're able to choose from ruled lines, plain, dotted, or squared pages, which is very cool. It also comes in a number of different sizes from A4, A5, B5, and A6. This notebook is $9.95 and it comes with 192 pages. So it has quite a few more pages than the last two notebooks. The thing that I don't like about this notebook is that it has a hard time laying flat. It really wants to close. When I was doing my pen test, I kept having to push it open and press it and really work it down. It does go, I mean, the spine does flex, but really the paper wants to kind of stick up and close, which can be kind of annoying when you're working in the notebook. So out of all the notebooks that I did pen tests on, this one had the most bleed through by far. This notebook lists their paperweight at 100 GSM, which is a pretty decent quality paper, which is why I'm surprised that it had so much shadowing. So because of the shadowing in this notebook and it not laying flat on my desk and being a little bit harder to work with, I'm gonna give this notebook a 6 out of 10. All right, so last but not least, I'm gonna be talking about the Clever Fox Journal. This is a dotted journal. It has a cute little fox on the front. I think it's just super cute. This journal is leather and it does have a faint leather smell to it. The notebook comes with the strap. It also is the only one out of these four that comes with a pen loop, which is kind of nice, but it also hangs off the side of the notebook. So it's kind of up to personal preference. It does have a pocket in the back as well. This notebook has 3 ribbons in it as page holders, which I think is kind of neat. I did kind of expect for the ribbon to match the color. This has, how many? 6 color options for this journal. But the ribbons, I got the rose gold and the ribbons are silver. So it's kind of odd. This notebook has 127 pages and also comes with a sticker sheet. Now, being a sticker fan, fanatic, collector, planner person, the stickers were subpar to me. They were not great quality, not really functional. There are so many better sticker sheets out there for planning. The icons were really kind of blah. But it is kind of a neat idea that they would include a sheet of stickers with the notebook. They're just not that functional. Now, this notebook does come with a satisfaction guarantee. Clever Fox Company says if you don't like it for any reason, just let us know and we will refund your money. No questions asked. So it's kind of hard to go wrong. If you don't like it, they're gonna give you your money back. Speaking of money, this journal is $7.77 on Amazon. The thing that sets this notebook apart from the rest that I've talked about is really the paper. And the paper is listed as 120 GSM. And when you feel the notebook, again, this one lays 180 flat. When you feel it, it doesn't feel like real heavy paper. When I first opened it, I was like, this is gonna bleed like crazy. And it really didn't. It really surprised me. So it is 120 GSM. The paper feels a little bit more coarse and not quite as smooth as the rest of the notebooks, but I'm thinking it's just a higher quality paper is the reason for that. It wasn't uncomfortable. It didn't make my pen skip or anything crazy. It's just a different feel to the paper than the other notebooks. Also, This notebook, the dots are 4 millimeters apart. When I first opened it, I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, these are too close together. They're so close together when you look at them. But they advertise that they do the 4 millimeter dot spacing to make things more compact, so you can get more on each page. So pro or con, it kind of depends on your personal preference, but these dots are close together. Let me hold one up. I'm gonna hold up the BooQool with the Clever Fox, so you can see the dots. So you get, obviously you have more dots on this page since the notebook itself is the same size. The pages are the same size, but so it is a little bit of a personal preference on whether you like the dot grid much smaller. These ones are the 5 millimeter. So you would think a millimeter wouldn't make that much of a difference, but it really does. So the paper in the Clever Fox notebook is also very, very white compared to the other notebooks. So I'll go ahead and insert a picture here of the comparison to that white computer paper. Overall, this was my favorite notebook out of the 4. I was really, really impressed. It's one of the least expensive out of the whole group, which is awesome. It feels very expensive. It looks really fun. I really like the logo on the front. I like having a pen loop. That's personal preference. Other than that, I really, like I said before, I really like the white pages, the super white pages. As far as the 4 millimeter dot grid, I don't know yet because I haven't had a chance to actually do anything or play with this notebook other than doing a pen test. Pen test in this notebook went very well. Like a straight up Sharpie marker in the ultra fine, so it's the smallest like permanent Sharpie marker, did not bleed through. There is shadowing, but it did not bleed through the page, which is really impressive to me. I like that this notebook has the 3 page markers. I think it's useful if you're bullet journaling because you may have a collection section and you may also have your weekly or your monthly. You may have a number of different pages that you want to be able to flip to very quickly. So I really like that there is more than 1 page marker. This one has 3. Excellent. So out of all of these notebooks that are all under $10, the Clever Fox was absolutely my favorite of the 4. The Clever Fox was the pen test winner. The pages had the least amount of bleed through and the least amount of ghosting or shadowing. So these notebooks are challenging me to not move into another Leuchtturm. So I encourage you to look on Amazon or look at these companies and see if there is one that you are interested in giving a try. For a minimal investment, you can try these notebooks, and if you're a Prime member, you get that free 2-day shipping. It can be here in no time. So thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and look forward to more videos on inexpensive options for starting your bullet journal.